Okay, so a very warm welcome to the Confidence to Date workshop. This workshop is to help you get the confidence you need to ask the very special someone out on a Valentine's Day. So if you're a single man, this workshop is made just for you. It will help you eliminate all your fear, your doubt, your hesitation to ask this person that you have been wanting to go out on a date with, okay? And yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, the last thing you want is to not take any action and just keep waiting it out because you have this fear in you, and you end up this person that you like actually goes out with another person, right? That's not something that you want to see, right? So if you're a woman, welcome to the workshop as well. In this workshop, I will share with you what I actually went through myself, my transformation journey, and you will actually be able to pick up all these crucial, I would say, pillars of foundation for having the confidence to date and attracting the right one. So if that's you, this workshop is just for you as well. So for those who are in the relationship, right, I hear from many participants that participated in the previous physical workshop that they have been in a relationship, but after going through my workshop, they also pick up some things from the workshop that they want to implement in their current relationship. Okay, so let's get along. So once again, thank you for showing up and taking the time to learn about your confidence in dating. Since we are going to talk about love, it's going to be a very sensitive topic. So I would like to actually keep this space with this space holding rules. Okay, I want you guys to treat each other with respect, listen with an open mind, and also let your emotions flow. If any point in time you actually have some emotions, for example, you feel like suddenly you feel this sense of love, but you're not sure where is it coming from, you can just note it down. And it's upon hearing what that you feel this way, or you feel something like, it's a little frustrating, but I don't know what is it. You can just write them down. Okay, it's a practice to help you acknowledge your emotions and feelings along as and when you go. This is to help yourself understand yourself better. Okay, so prepare your pen and paper and take some notes along the way. And this is my intention for you today. Basically, why am I here doing this workshop? It is because I have received some of the questions from you guys that dating, I do an open question and say, if I want to be talking about love, relationships, or dating, what do you guys want me to talk about? And I receive a lot of questions that's regarding the initial stages of dating, not even knowing how to find, how to have a proper communication that leads up to a date, how to ask someone out, what to dress in, and how do you audit like a particular dating profile, whether is it genuine or not, things like that. So I find that all these questions, it is actually a symptom of a deeper problem. So I'm going to share with you all the major pillars that has to be in place so that you won't be able to meet all these problems. Like all these problems will be eliminated after understanding what I have to teach you today. All right. So today's theme is confidence to date. After going through the workshop, you will be able to know how to build your confidence to ask someone out on a date. Okay, be it you're single, be it you're in a relationship, this works the same for you. And what I hope to give to you today is actually my understanding about dating, about love, about relationships. Okay, so if you're single and you're happy with yourself, that is great. This workshop will actually show you what happened to me when I was in a single phase, and then what happened when I implemented these principles. If you are single and you want to date with confidence, you are at the right place. Okay, and if you're already in a relationship, you will be able to pick up some golden nuggets to revive your current dating life in the relationship. So get ready. Okay, so before we get started to the meat of the topic, let's do a quick self-check. So I'm going to share with you the link for the Confidence to Date workbook in the comments below. Okay, so in this workbook itself, let's go through all the questions so that you will be able to do a quick self-check. It's very important to do a current check before you move on, so you understand where you are, your current state at this point in time. Okay, so these are some of the questions in the workbook. If you can't access the workbook, just drop me a message. Let me know. I'll send you a link again. Okay. Fill in all the questions. If you are here right now, there are about 10 questions to go through. I want you to pause the video if you are watching the replay, pause the video and go through all the questions before you move on to the next slide. All right. Okay. So how am I feeling right now? Just put down the feeling that comes to you. Don't have to analyze or think too much. Okay. Write down your relationship status as of today. What is the date? And your relationship status can be single, single and happy, single and not looking, can be married, wanting to revive your dating life in the marriage, anything. Okay. Write down having the confidence to date means to you. So this definition itself is going to be what you want to be achieving. Right? Having the confidence to date is actually something that you want to accomplish for yourself. So write the definition down. This is a very important question. Let's do a check on the last time when you went on a romantic date. On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you to land a date in the next 3 months? Okay, same question. How confident are you to land minimum 5 dates in the next 3 to 6 months? It can be with the same or different person. That's not a problem. Question 7, what is stopping you from going on dates? This is an important question as well. Question 8, if I have a magic wand, what would I change with regards to my dating confidence and dating experience? I think the question numbering might be different for the workbook. So just go according to what the workbook has. Okay. Next question, what is my number 1 question when it comes to dating and confidence in dating? Okay. This is a question that once you fill up, I want you to put down in the comments. You can share with the participants as well, but if not, you can just ping me your question. So after going through the first few questions and coming to the number 1 question when it comes to that dating and confidence in dating, this is something that you want to be overcoming to be able to achieve your definition of confidence in dating. Make sense? Okay. So the last question, write down your favorite drink. This is for me to know you. All right. So if you haven't finished the questions, do not move on. But if you have done so, you can actually move on to the next slide. If not, you just take a pause and do the work. Okay, great. Great. Okay, for those who have done the questions, self-check done, wonderful. Send me your number 1 question. In fact, just send me your link for the workbook. I will go through it and we may be able to have some discussion if you have some questions, okay? All right, so I think having this self-check is important. Now you're ready to start learning because you know where you want to be and you know what you want to be overcoming, okay? If not, don't move on, just go back and finish up the questions. All right, for those who are ready, take your paper and pen and ready to take some notes. Okay, so some of the questions that I've received are over here. What are women attracted to in a man? And some men were asking, what qualities do I actually need to have, to attract an ideal woman or the right one? Must I be a good talker and have a sense of humor? I have many potential dates, but I'm not attracted. How do I find the right one? Do I need to have a big house, car, savings, and be practical? How do I communicate better? How do I initiate a better conversation that leads to a date? How do I have self-confidence? And this is regarding specifically for online dating. Okay, how do I differentiate scammers on apps? How to go about setting up our profile correctly to attract the right person? How do we communicate and progress from message to date and further? And Valentine's Day is coming. You know, I hear about this comment. I feel that it's very it shouldn't be bothering you for so long. Okay, so but what happened is this person say, I'm stuck. I've tried, during Valentine's Day, like maybe from June or September, I've tried dating someone and hoping to ask the person out in the coming Valentine's Day. But in the end, I either got hurt or I got scammed. Okay. So if this resonates with some of you and this is what you have experienced, I'm sorry to hear about that, but I'm going to share with you how you can actually fully eliminate such people coming into your life. Okay. Now, these questions are all coming from men and asking me, how can I be better? Are these are the questions they come up with their logical mind. That's what they are thinking at the back of their mind, right? So I'm going to share with you. We have to think about what women actually want. And I have done the research for you, so I'm going to share with you some of the answers that I've gathered. Okay, so these are in their own words. I'm just taking them as it is, okay, in their own words. Now, let's go through them. What do women actually want? Not afraid to be their real self, even when they are not popular. Wanting to be their best and constantly progressing. Being able to handle chaos, drama, and still be calm, coming up with good solutions. Being real self, listens well, someone who can communicate. Take care of themselves and others, and take care of others well. Be real, able to be calm and handle women's emotion, resilient, growth mindset, sense of purpose / mission. So this is in their own words, okay? I did a poll among a group of women and then I asked them, they actually write down 2 to 3 qualities that they want to see in the man. Okay, so when I actually go through the answers and I try to consolidate them, it comes down to these 5 points. Is to be your real self, always constantly be progressing, growing, okay, trying to be your best self. You are resilient, calm, and handle women's emotions, chaos or drama, okay, can handle well. You're able to take care of yourself and others. You have a sense of life mission or purpose. Now you can see some of the common points coming from these women, right? I'm going to share with you about a little bit about my story, okay, to actually share with you the findings. Let's see whether in my journey, have I experienced all these things? Okay. So here is a little bit about me. I'm actually in the sales space for 10 years. Professionally, I've been in sales industry. In sales space, quite a few different industries, medical device, consumer, right? Personal development, SaaS companies as well. Okay. B2B, I did it for 8 years, B2C for 2 years. Now, currently, I'm working towards HR consulting side. Okay. Personally, I'm a nature person. I enjoy hawker food. Hawker, this term is actually a very local term in Singapore. It's actually referring to the coffee shops. Yeah, we call them hawker food. I do love to enjoy a good movie during my free time. It's really one of my indulgence. Okay, so this is what I share with everyone when I meet them in person or like having a presentation. That is what they see for me. I'm going to share with you what happens or what goes behind the scenes for the past many years of my life. I'm going to share with you my dating life. It's going to be something very private and intimate. I hope you listen with an open mind and actually pick up the lessons that I have been through so that you're able to see what works, right? So this is me in 2018. Okay, I'm actually the second child in my family. I grew up with 3 other sisters. So together we are 4 of us. We grow up and live under the same household for about 28 years for me lah. Okay, so I've actually dated girls since I was 15 years old. I've been in 4 mid to long-term relationships. And the last relationship, my long-term partner of 5 years left me. So this picture is what you see in August 2018. And it's not so long ago compared to who you're seeing right now. It's probably just less than 4 years, right? So back then, because of the last relationship, I gave up on going on dates. Like no more dating, no more relationship for me. That is it. Okay. I was at a point where I have nothing else to give and I'm feeling so resentful, frustrated at work. My relationship with my family was bad. We weren't communicating much. Okay, I'm always not at home. No one to talk to at home. Right, we just grew apart, even though we are staying together. Life was very unfulfilling for me. I just couldn't find the life and passion to do anything or to become better. Okay, but at this very low point, I actually made a decision for myself. I'm going to share with you what happens afterwards. So my decision is I'm going to help me to actually start to work on myself. I'm going to share with you the few decisions that I made later. Actually, only 2 of them that started me on this journey. Okay, I started working on myself and actually I met a few like-minded people. That is in September 2018. And actually, I just remember like no more relationship. So I just solely focus on myself. You can see that I am smiling, but inside me, it's just not feeling very happy. Looking at the picture on the left, October 2018, right? If you can sense the emptiness inside me, that is how uncomfortable the void in me was. But I just kept going because I know that another relationship, we're just going to ruin each other, right? And waste another like 5 years. Is that what I want to do? No, that's not what I want to do with my life. So step by step, I start to progress. I just persevere in learning about sales. Okay, I went for personal development program. I met Bob Proctor in person, very inspiring leader, thought leader in our time. Right, just a few years ago, actually, he passed away. And step by step, I start to progress. Okay, so the guy in the picture is actually Sean. He's actually my husband now, right? We met back in person March 2019, right? Because we were working in the same sales team and we were actually selling personal development programs, right, for Bob Proctor. And then we actually have meetup groups in Singapore here, and we conduct these mindset for success sessions. Even now we are thinking of like reviving, but that is for another story. Okay, so we start to work very closely together, and actually we find that we are very much aligned with what we want to achieve in life. And then very soon, eventually, I actually found someone who is willing to be with me and support me as I continue to work on becoming a better person. So on this journey, you can see on 29 May 2019, that's the date where we got together. Okay, so the new me is actually very happy, very in love, satisfied. This is the place where we first met. We went back to take a photo on our wedding day. This was in May 2021. Okay, and you can see my grandma here. Yeah, she's I remember there was a time where she was very upset because I was dating girls, but this is not about like dating girls or not, okay? But I know that she knows that I was in pain, right? If I'm happy, I don't think that she will have any problems with me dating whoever I like, but she knows that I was in pain, okay? So looking at this picture, you can see that I found someone who's able to see the good in me, right? He encourages me to be my best self. He supports me. He actually compliments me for the skill set that I'm still building and lacking. So from now you have seen my journey in May 2018 to May 2019. Okay, I went from feeling lonely and empty to being happy, loved, and satisfied. Right, I was resentful towards my family. You know, I was actually running away. That's why I wasn't home so much. Okay, till now, in 2019, I was in good talking terms with my family. Okay, previously I have no faith in relationship. I didn't want to get into relationship anymore. Okay, but now I am actually talking and sharing about love, dating and confidence in things like that, right? And actually, I feel like I've been through a lot, but looking at the timeline, it's only in 12 months. Think about it. So before that, we actually talk about what do women want. I'm gonna just look at what myself have been through during this journey as well. So what was I doing back then? I was actually going on a self-discovery journey. Okay, I actually learn and grow and try to be a better person, right? I learned about meditation because during this very lonely period, the void was so unbearable. I have to constantly calm myself down because sometimes I would be breaking out crying. Sometimes I'll be frustrated, this is not what I want my life to be, just really not in a good state. Always have to calm myself down because I won't be able to do anything. I'll be hitting my negative energy to everyone around me, including the people I deal with in sales, right? Our state and flow is very important. I learned to take care of myself. And I actually have I would say a sense of life and purpose. That was on the two decisions that I've made. I'm gonna share with you later. One of it is definitely to wanting to be my best self. Like, that is really my direction. Even now, it is the direction that I'm heading towards to, right? So looking at the similarity, think about it. Does all men and women actually want the same thing? Now, this is a question, right? This is my question for you as well. So let me know what you think in the comments. Share with me, is this what you want for yourself as well? Okay. Now I'm going to dive into the confidence to date pillar number 1. Okay. There is 4 pillars. I'm going to share with you the first pillar that created a breakthrough for me. Okay, so back in 2018, I actually made the decisions, and it was I was desperate. That's why I have to make a decision. So what I did was I had to make a stand to be responsible for all the results in my life. Right, prior to that, I was resentful. I was always blaming, trying to be, yeah, it's just a very frustrating space to be if I wasn't able to get my way and people are affecting me. Okay, but this decision actually changed everything because I start to bring all the power back into myself. Right, it was major for me, life changing. I know at 28, 2018, I was 28 years old. This is a little too late, but I would say it's never too late because this decision itself, anytime you make this decision, okay, it's gonna bring you massive good results because that's where you claim your power back. Okay, so what I learned is most of the time decisions are made when we go through a major low or like a down period that demands us to change. Okay, remember when I say I made the change, I was actually desperate because there is nowhere else to go. It's really so low that I have to find a different way out. Okay, so now that you know you can make a decision, right? I want you to explore more about what kind of decision that you want that will bring the good for you in your life. You can make them anytime, and it's for the better for yourself. Okay, so what kind of decisions do you want to make now that you know about this and how powerful it can be. I'm going to share with you some decisions. So we were looking at the what men and women want. I came up with 5 that is much more well crafted than what you can come up with when you are desperate, right? When you're desperate, you just want something else. But is it a well thought one? Okay. So decision 1, I'm going to share with you. You can go through your workbook and look at them. Okay, I'm going to pull my workbook to another side. Okay, you can write these decisions in your own words. So what I'm sharing here is I know my real self. I accept myself for who I am. I am proud to be myself. Okay. So this decision 1 is based on the idea of trying to be your real self. Who is your real self? Like what you want to do with your real self. You write this decision down. Take some time to go through. I'm going to just really walk you through on these decisions, but you're going to take the time to do it on your own, do some thinking. Okay, pause the video if needed. Decision 2. I'm constantly learning and growing to be the best self I can be. This is the part about, trying to be learning, growing, progressing, okay, trying to be my best self. Right, so this is one of the decisions that you can make. You can make the same one, but you have to derive to the same one, meaning come up with one on yourself, like draft one first, and then later refine it. And then later on, if it's very close to mine or even same as mine, that is fine. But you have to come up with yours first instead of just copying them down. It doesn't work that way. Okay, it has to come from within you. Decision 3. I am responsible for all the results I experience in my life. I discern well and I choose my response satisfactory. Yeah, this is after all the lessons I've learned, I put all these words inside for a reason, and it works for me. If it doesn't work for you, don't adopt it. Something that you must firmly believe in and want to implement in your life. Okay, decision 3 again, because this point is about being calm and still. Many different perspective about this, being able to be calm. Some is talking about emotions. So I included this as well. I know my emotions well. I am still and calm, even though when there is chaos or drama. All right. Decision 4, taking care of yourself and others. So this is what I came up with. I love and take care of myself extremely well. So well that I have the ability and the capacity to actually take care of, to love and take care of others. All right. When we talk about self-love, it is important is because if we don't have enough love, we can't give. That was what happened to me in my last relationship. I know I can't do any more relationship because there is no love in me, right? There's no point in going into relationships anymore because there's nothing else for me and nobody would benefit from being with me, right? So that was my thought process. Okay. Decision 5, I'm responsible for all the results I experience in my life. I discern well and I choose my response satisfactory. Oh, okay. This one should go under 3. So let me update this. Okay. Definitely needs to update. Okay, the workbook 1 has the right answer. It's about decision 5 is about having a sense of life purpose, right? So for me, I put it as finding a why. Okay, I have clarity about my life purpose and I live my life to the fullest. Like you exactly know why you're existing in a certain place where you are at that point in time. Why are you even there? So it's really a lot of understanding why. That gives you your purpose, okay? And yeah, this is what I believe in. I want to see what are your decisions, okay? Fill up the workbook at your own time and send me the link afterwards. So from this exercise, what I want you to know from this major pillar is you actually decide who you want to be, right? You decide who you are. Basically, you just decide you, okay? You can decide anything in your life. Your decision is with your own hands. I want you to understand this and exercise your free will responsibly, because anything you can decide yes, and you will bear the consequence, all the benefits of your decision. That is up to you. And that is also your choice, your free will to do it. Okay. So you can write your decisions as like I decide, but the idea is it's coming from you and not like taking my decisions for it. It has to derive from you. Okay. Awesome. How do you find the dating confidence pillar number 1? If you're good, you finish all the exercise, give me a hashtag decision, right? Hashtag decision. And then we will move on. So I know that you actually are going through the video. Dating confidence pillar number 2. Let's go. So back in 2018, I actually made a second decision in the same moment. Okay, not only one. The second one is I'm going to give myself all the love I gave away. So remember when I say in desperate times, right? The decision you make is going to be very reactive. So the first one I think is more responsibly. Knowing that I want to take all the responsible for all the results in my life. Yes, it's more responsibly that way. But this one is because I was empty. So it's reactive. I'm just going to give the love to myself for all the love I gave away. Okay, because I know I'm empty and I know that I still have some capability to do so, but I'm just going to save myself for the time being. So it's a reactive one, but actually it turns out to be, it works. At the end of the day, it works, right? So after my last breakup, I gave myself time to stay single. I stopped going to social gatherings. I gave myself time to love myself. But I have this question in mind. How do I give myself love, right? I don't know who I am. Okay, so I need to turn the question around to how do I receive love? I think this would actually help me understand better back then. So now giving you this question, I want you to find out for yourself how you actually receive love. Okay. Here's what I observed back then and try to derive and classify them into some love languages that I learned from the 5 languages of love. Okay, so I travel on my own, spend lots of time with myself. I would say that's quality time. Enjoy going to gym, on sports massages. I would say physical touch, right? I enjoy cleaning the room, arranging, categorizing. I would say that's acts of service. I love and enjoy encouragement from others. I would say that's words of affirmation. Okay, so I want you to go over to the 5 languages of love. This book actually was published by Gary Chapman in 1992. He came up with these 5 languages of love, and it actually helped people understand how to speak to each other. It's just like communicating in English or like Japanese or like German, Spanish, in the language that that person understands most. Okay, so go over to the 5lovelanguages.com and do the quiz and actually put them in order and score in the workbook. All right. Okay. Next, while looking for the 5languages.com, I actually transformed this new love language quiz, and I came up with all these results, which I think gave me more insight. So the 5 languages of love is a bit more broad. This one is like understanding, this is more, I would say more relevant for me. Okay, I want you to try it out for yourself. Okay, it's called truity.com. Just look for the love test in the truity.com. Go through all the questions. Same thing, put them in order and score in your workbook. All right. Okay, so yes, this is what I need you to do. Put the results onto your workbook. This is going to be your playbook. Okay, I mean, like workbook for now. The playbook would be something that I need to come up with later. So afterwards, there's a column to write down an insight after doing the quizzes, because this is some about self-discovery, right? You will need to find out something about yourself. So I have an insight after doing the quiz. I realized that the way I want to receive love is somehow is actually not the same as how I express my love. Okay, I'm not sure it's because I lack that's why I need from others, or is it because, yeah, I'm not very sure. I haven't found out yet, but this was a new insight for me. I need like emotional support from the truity.com. So that would be like words of affirmation, right? But I actually don't express them very well. I just, I can listen, but I can't express or encourage very well. Yeah, that's why I realized. Okay, so write down your insight after doing the quiz. Would love to see them. Okay, so actually knowing our love languages help us understand how we receive love. And if we are going to communicate this to the partner, right, they will know how to express love to us in the way we receive them. So this is like, communication is a big topic, right? And what we want is to actually be able to find the right way to express and receive love to each other. At least we get this huge piece of communication down in, right? We can actually go through some of the examples, but the main idea is let us find out what are the top love languages that you actually want to be receiving in first. Okay, so wonderful. We have gone through dating confidence pillar number 2. If you are good, all your love languages is done, help me put a hashtag love language in the comment section below. All right, let's go to dating confidence pillar number 3. Okay, so pillar number 3 actually covers the why. I want you to find out, why do you want to go on a date? Usually you can't think about this question so directly. It's because there might be some answers in you that you're not ready to face. Okay, there's really nothing to be ashamed about. Is whether you're honest with yourself or not. Okay, so why do you want to go on a date? You can actually keep this reason private, or you can share with us. That's not a problem. Like, I'm going to share with you the reasons why I want to go for a date previously, right? It's to give you an idea. So here are my whys to go on the dates. I wanted to be, sorry. I wanted to be able to receive, to be able to express love in my own ways. Okay, it's just trying to be expressive, right? So that was my first relationship. That was what went on behind my thoughts. Okay, the second one was, hey, if I never try, I never know. Like, I see this girl and she's like a little out of my league, and she just catches my attention every time. In school, like every time I mean, she's not the prettiest. In her clique, there are people that are prettier than her. So, but why am I so attracted to this person? Okay, but hey, she's out of my league. But you know what? If I never try, I never know. So that was what was going on in the back of my mind. Yeah, that was the young me, 19 years old. Then later on, I learned to enjoy myself during the dating process. Like it's just try to have fun, just try to be myself. It's also for me to be able to enjoy life during that point in time. And then the last one was I want to be able to take care of myself well and hence my partner well. So so in my 4 relationships, you can see these were the why I want to go on a date. And I want you to find out for yourself. There's really no right or wrong answer. It's whether you're able to pinpoint your own reason as to why you want to be in a relationship. Why do you want to go on dates? Okay. So this clarity on the why will actually give you the motivation to take action, right? With all the doubts and hesitation, your why actually should be something powerful enough for you to take action. Okay. So if I don't overcome, like let's say if I'm able to take care of myself well and hence my partner well, if I'm not able to overcome taking care of myself well, right, I will never ask someone out on a date or agree to go out on a date with that person. Okay, make sense? Yep, this is something for you to find out about you. It's gonna be a discovery for yourself as well. Okay, no judgment on yourself, remember? So here's another why that I want to share with you. You can be weird, you can be random, you can be who you are because you never know who would love the person you hide. This is from C.S. Lewis. I think he's the author for Narnia, if I'm not wrong. I'm not even saying the book title correctly. But yeah, this is the why that he wants to share with you. Okay, dating confidence pillar number 4. So pillar 3, know your why. Why do you want to go on a date? If you are able to complete dating confidence pillar number 3, put a hashtag why in the comment section below. All right. So let's go to confidence pillar number 4. I want to ask you a question. Based on the whys that I shared with you earlier, what's the difference in the why as to why I want to date? Okay, so here are my whys. I'm able to express love in my own ways. If I never try, I never know. I enjoy myself during the dating process. I'm able to take care of myself well and hence my partner well. So what is the difference between the first 3 versus the last intention? Okay, give it a thought about this. I want you to just come up with an answer, right? Write down your answer first before I review. No cheating. Okay, if you need more time, just pause. I'm going to move on. So when you you get to attract the right one when you are full and ready to give. One of the questions that I often receive is, how do I attract the right one? There's so many, I'm not attracted to all. How do I find the right one? How do the right one come to me in my life, right? You attract the right one when you are ready to give. But before you're ready to give, you need to be full. How do you become full? Is to be able to receive love. How do you know how to receive love? Is to find out your love language. Can you see the sequence now? Okay. So having this understanding, I want you to do some questions within the workbook. Okay. How do I attract the right one for me? Knowing your own love language, knowing how to receive love, understanding how to keep yourself full in love is one part of the puzzle only. I want you to go through these exercises to actually gain more clarity, okay? So think about who your ideal date is. We're talking about this person. My ideal date is someone who is, example, calm, kind, funny, have fun with me, you know, write down, describe the qualities of your ideal date as a person. Okay. So date is date, like date would be one incident, different scenarios, but think about your ideal partner as a long-term partner, what you want in this long-term partner. Okay, you may or may not be wanting to commit in a long-term relationship now. That is okay, but just have a thought about it. It's just a thought experiment. Okay, describe the qualities of your ideal partner as a person. All right, he's able to help me out with housework. He's able to cook. He or she, I mean for me now, I talk in he, right? Because I refer to my partner this way. What do we enjoy together in our relationship? Describe the different scenarios that you want to go on a date with your partner. Okay, how you want to spend time together. For example, oh, I love going hiking with my partner. I want to go on cruise with this person. I want to travel every part of the world with my partner. Like we want to go on dates in luxury resort, something like that, right? What are the scenarios that you want to do with your partner? But for me, I think 2 weeks ago, I just had a family dinner with both myself and Sean's family. We came together and have dinner, and that was like one of the perfect nights and evenings that I have, right? So what is it for you? You have to write it down. If I meet my ideal partner, what will I give and commit to in my relationship? So this is something that you are able to commit to. This means it just gives you an idea, what can I give? And when you give, you actually really give. Okay? With giving without expectation and just giving the love that you have. Because now you know how to fill yourself up. You have to be able to give to keep going this cycle of love. Okay? And what qualities do I want to possess as an ideal partner? For example, for me, I want to be able to understand my partner well. I want to be able to listen well. I want us to have be able to talk about difficult topics. So I need to be like calm when I listen to when we talk about difficult things, for example. Right? I want us to be working together, building our lives together. So one of the qualities maybe is discipline, right? Being focused, for example. Okay. Yeah, it might make sense to me, but not for you. So I want you to write down in your own words with all these questions. Okay. What do I do to build up these qualities? So this last part is where you actually have a plan to live this in your life. And that is how you actually start to put out the right energy, because after thinking through, you want to be possessing these certain qualities and you want to be able to implement these qualities in your daily life. Okay, so like within from the point where I start to make decision and start to clean up my own act, up to the point when I first met Sean, not too far off, June, July, August, September, October, November. By December, I mean, like in June, I already met Sean. Okay, it's just that like it took me 6 months to join his sales team, to work together with him. So it's about 6 to 7 months. Now that I'm giving you a better picture, you can actually plan. And probably half the time I need to meet someone in your life. Okay, let's take a look at 3 to 6 months. If you're able to think this through properly and you're able to implement this in your life, we are looking at just 3 to 6 months that you'll meet someone that is right for you. Okay. So let's do a recap. We have come to the end of the workshop itself. Let's do a recap. Here are the 4 pillars to confidence today. Okay, first pillar is actually talking about decision. Okay, before we jump off, pillar 4 is about why, no. Pillar 4 is about attracting the right one. So we're talking about ideal, right? And right one. Okay, let's do a hashtag right one if you finish pillar number 4. Okay, so first before we talk about making a decision, that's where you decide and everything in your life. Okay, bring your power back. Pillar number 2, talk about understanding your love language and how you receive love. Pillar number 3, understanding your why you want to date. That affects the quality of who you attract to in your life, definitely. Pillar number 4, what am I ready to give? Okay, we went through all this exercise. It's actually about attracting the right one. Pillar number 4. Okay. So looking at all this, the exercises cover everything. I think it's quite so far this is the most complete training that I've delivered. I want you to go through the activities. If it's a second time you're going through, you can do it like a review in 3 to 6 months. If you think that you have updated your thoughts about relationship, it is good to go through this exercise. No matter how many times you go through this exercise, this will just bring you more and more clarity. Okay. So what I've actually put you through is actually going on a self-discovery journey. Right? If you haven't understand what this is, this idea of self-discovery journey came about because when I make the decision of I want to give all the love back to myself, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I like. I don't know a lot about myself. I was just looking outwards so much that I forgot to look at myself and understand myself. Okay. It's really I'm starting on a self-discovery journey. Okay, this is the idea I'm actually putting you through. If you realize everything in this pillar is actually looking inwards. It's about I decide my love language. Why do I want to date? What am I ready to give? Okay, it's all about you in one workbook for now. Right, you will be able to find new things about yourself. Okay. So you may look like this guy staring out in the blankness, not knowing what to do. You may feel like that when going through, but at the end of the workbook, you will come to some answers for yourself for a start. Okay. Yeah, if you're a woman, that was how I feel as well. Like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that, but why do I want to do them? What is the point of me existing? The existential question was huge when I was finding myself. It was huge. It was just, I can't ignore that question, right? I can't just like go to work and not think about this question. I have to find answers for myself. Okay. And it will come to you someday. Now that you are going through this workshop, there are some concrete steps to cover that. Okay. So as I want to share with you this message, because that was, if I were to summarize my journey in about one sentence, this is about it. As you discover yourself, you will experience love. And then later on, I realized that this love is actually the true confidence that is coming from within. You're just confident because you know yourself, because you're able to express yourself, because you know your thoughts, you're able to be aware about emotions, keep them in check. All these things counts as part and parcel of building your confidence from within. Okay, it's really like growing a muscle. You have to practice this every single day. All right. So looking at myself, this is when Sean and I first started to go out in May 2019. Okay, that was back then. And then in May 2021, that's 2 years down the road, I actually got married with Sean. Okay, so now we've come to the end of the presentation. Before I go off, just look at the dates, all right? 2018 May to 2019 May, that's 12 months. May 2019 to May 2021, it's about 24 months. So we are looking at a runway of about, if you are looking to settle down, find someone to get married, you're looking at a runway of about 3 years. I mean, with what I learned, okay, I can actually share with you step by step on how to journey through this. Of course, 3 to 6 months is something that we want to see you attracting the right ideal partner, and going through relationship is another, I would say, focusing on different muscles to start growing them, right? We talk about emotional healing. We talk about going deep into stillness. We talk about able to communicate in the relationship, things like that. Of course, making decisions for the relationship, for yourself, a lot of other things to think about. Okay, that is another conversation in for couples who are relationship. So for now, I don't get this request yet, but if you want me to be talking about how to communicate in a relationship, and both of you are ready together for a long term, and you want to be progressing down the road, just drop me a message. We will have a talk and then see what I can share with you. All right. So for those who want more about this, after going through this workshop, you just send me your work today, okay, via this Google Form link. I'm going to share the link with you in the live channel. Here is the comment on Google Form. Okay, here, submit. Or here. All right. Okay, so in this form, go just fill in your email and name, and then share your access. Give me your access to the Confidence to Date Workbook. Okay, and fill in some questions. I will be able to offer a guidance call for those who actually submit their work soon. So these slots are still open for as of now. You will be able, after submission, you will be able to get your bonus activity is to activate your attraction factor. This one I'm going to share with you what I did for myself to actually attract Sean into my life. Okay. What I did in March 2019 that let me manifest an ideal relationship for me. Yeah, it's a simple but powerful activity I'm going to share with you. You will receive a Confidence to Date playbook as a bonus with all the questions and answers in here. Okay. And for those one more, and you're thinking about like, how am I going to implement all these from what I learned from today's workshop and achieve results for myself. So if this is who you are, you want to be able to see results, like we're talking about like 3 to 6 months, and then like 12 months down the road, what happens, and 24 months down the road, what happens. If you definitely want to make happen some concrete results for yourself, then I will be having some slots open to actually have a guidance call. So all you need to do is to just send in your work first, okay, before I will send the call link to you. I won't be able to review the call link to you if I don't see the work that you have submitted, okay? Because there's no point in getting on a call when we don't have all this, I would say, foundation being laid down for yourself for the dating confidence pillars, okay? So just do the workbook, fill up the Google form, give me your access to your answers in your workbook, and then I will be able to share with you a calling in the next few weeks, okay? I mean, like the calling, and I'll open up a few slots in the coming weeks to get on the call with you, okay? So it will be a guidance call, completely free. No worries about whether there is going to be sales or not. We're going to talk about what you need. If you don't need, just say a no to me on the call. That's not a problem. We're not going to talk about anything else, but giving you some insights and guidance moving forward. Plan for yourself within the 45 minutes. Okay, I'll do the best I can. So we have come to the end of the workshop. Thank you very much for sitting through and going through the work. I hope you have enjoyed the workshop as much as I do. And I wish to hear from you, your answers, some of your success after implementing the key pillars that I've actually shared with you in this workshop. So all the best and happy Valentine's Day. Happy dating. Bye guys. See you in the next video.